I know, let loose on the effects there a bit. Okay, well, so we're coming to the end now. We're coming to the deepest, heaviest, bestest, most fun part of the trip. This is a Stagg. This is called a Stagg Nitro. I regret very much putting this funky and cool orange sticker over the Nitro, over the Stagg logo, because do you know what? Fuck it, it's a Stagg, and I'm proud of it. They used to get ripped on amongst my guitar buddies back in Chichester there, but I have to say that like this guitar, I fucking have to, you know, this is one of my favourite guitars. I don't know whether it's one of the best. I think maybe, like for recording heavy metal, for recording, you know, just, you know, for this kind of stuff. Oh. For like anything heavy metal, this is my best guitar for recording. It's not sounding at its best now. The strings are very old and tired, and it's in desperate need of a restring, but I can't do that this month. And that's fine. Got plenty of other things to play in the meantime. But I adore this guitar. Just to pick it up puts me in a good guitar playing mood. You see, when I bought this, I bought the Black Telecaster, which was the first one you saw in this series. This is episode 10 of Blacktooth Fox's Sonic Armoury. And, you know, and I bought the, then I bought this, and it was like, well, this is basically how it went. I got very into Gojira, the band Gojira, and very much the guitar sound of Josh Duplantier, and I looked at Joe Duplantier's rig a lot, and got very into that Charvel Telecaster he has, which is 2 humbucker and, you know, like the stock bar Tunematic setup. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting. Okay, that looks interesting. I must think about getting a guitar in that sort of, with that configuration, and I started to look. And then literally that same month, this cropped up at my usual guitar broker, you know, who I've told you about before. And I saw it at night time in the window, couldn't really see the colour, but I saw it and I thought, fuck that, I have to have a look at that. And I bought it, and I kind of thought, God, you know, because I just bought the Black Telecaster, and I just bought the Silverburst, and I wasn't then like I didn't go full into my full-on like hit list. I'm actually going to get every guitar on the hit list, because they've always been like just silly dreams really before, or like for the last few years. And I questioned it, I'd second guessed myself, but it's like, no, fuck, this guitar, I enjoy it so much, it's ended up totally being worth the money, because I've recorded so much with it. Like every track that I've recorded so far, I think, has got this somewhere in it. For doing any of those power chords, if it's 80s hair metal, this. If it's like 90s thrash metal, this. If it's new metal, this. Like, this is the heavy metal guitar rhythm king. I have to say, even more so than the Flying V, which I think comes close, like comes very close, but not quite. Like this has like a thudding bottom end. This has the sound that I'm after, and as a result, that I am like in the future going to look at more Telecasters with humbuckers. You know, with or without like the bridge, maybe going into string throughs. I want to try different things, but I want to try different Telecasters with two, you know, heavy metal humbuckers, and that's that. So yeah, so basically, you know, this is this differs from a normal Telecaster in some ways. So you've got like a bound and a finished neck, okay, but it's, you know, I've given it the treatment with the old oh my god, I've forgotten what it's called now. But it's like the scrungy stuff that you... Ah, fuck's sake, I've forgotten what it's called. But yeah, I've given it the treatment. It's a 3M product. It's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. And it's bound, and the binding and the fretwork is excellent. Absolutely no trouble at all. It's actually a nice piece of rosewood on the fretboard. And it is that sort of normal Stagg-shaped headstock. And then, and that's maple. Like, there's specs for this. The body is older, and it's basically, yeah, it's got a normal Telecaster control cavity. It's got like a cheapo sort of normal jack socket instead of a nice Telecaster one. That's something I'll change. And yeah, humbuckers in rings. They're like an Invader knockoff, and they're very good, like extremely good. I really love them. They're staying exactly where they are, and yeah, not too bad. And not too bad tunematic, and it's because it's a flat body, not an arch top. Okay, it's quite a fucking shallow break angle. It could almost not work. It does work, but it's right on the edge. Like I'd imagine that there are some setups. I mean, you know, that's an easy thing to kill. You just give it more break angle at the neck. This has already got a fair bit, and that's probably why it does work. But I'd imagine that's something like, if you get one of these, make sure you look to that, give the neck a sort of Gibson-esque almost break angle, because of, like, it's a tunematic, which was never meant to be on a flat guitar. But yeah, so it's a much shallower break angle, which is nice. So the people that like the over wrap, you know, the top wrap method, they'll like that. Well, maybe not, because you can't top wrap, but there's no need. There's no need. It's actually nice. That's actually a nice break angle, but it's a lovely feeling guitar. I just end up using it a lot more. I mean, as I say, specifically for the heavy stuff, that's what it's good at. But yeah. Tonally, it shares a little bit of characteristic with an SG, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's a fucking great guitar. I absolutely adore it. I hope you enjoyed that. You probably ought to see, just again, like I did the other time. Just see the rig we're using today. It's another ridiculous. It's another ridiculous go at technology. So yeah, we're using the M13, and we have the two expression pedals, and in the effects loop, okay, which is running before everything, okay, we have the Crazy Cacti, which is a tube screamer, the Metal Zone, and the Governor today, and that's how those sounds were produced. And they're going into the old 90s faithful Hohner HR30R amp that I use, my daily driver, you know, practice amp. But always very pleased to be able to make these videos to show you. And we're coming up to the end now. Like, that's the penultimate, apart from the one that's on the wall, the Samick Floyd Rose guitar, which is not yet built, so that'll have to come later on a Tone Tuesday, which will be on a Saturday or a Wednesday. We've only got the one guitar left, so like now the next guitar is going to be, you know, basically the heaviest, darkest, beefiest. But yeah, really pleased to show you the Stagg. I did a couple of things to it, as you can see. I gave it my little bit of treatment and just, you know, matched it all in, gave it a bit of personality. But I love it, even like a dumb strap band, because this is never going on the road. This is for in here, and so, you know, I can get away with like silly plastic strap, you know, to give it a bit of an aesthetic. But absolutely adore that. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed looking through these guitars. I've certainly enjoyed playing them. And I just want to continue our little theme, because I know there's a few that enjoy this little section that we do together. So, best of luck and big blessings to you. And if there's any way that I can help you with your rig, any way at all, you know, get in those comments. And also, if you haven't seen all of these episodes, like there'll be a box coming up here at some point now, which will have the playlist of all of the episodes. So starting from the Black Telecaster, which is the brightest sound. Alright, I doff my flat cap to you, and I'll see you again exceedingly soon. And I'm going to get back to my studio lunacy.